Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and welcome to the latest Benidorm news update. Happy holidays everyone once again. We hope you're having an amazing and gorgeous time with your relatives, friends or loved ones, or by yourself. Why not? And today we have three different news that we want to share with you here on the channel. First of all, as usual, we'll be talking about the situation update, the incredible luck that Benidorm has right now at the end of 2023. And what is the situation in hotels and accommodation options? The second news will be about how Benidorm tries to recreate all these scenes from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s of something that we already knew, but only from reading all these things. We didn't see it in person, but now we can actually see what these things were looking like. And the last news will be about the giant celebration that will be held at the end of this year, and a couple of more events that those of you who will be in Benidorm in December simply cannot miss. And we will finish as usual with a short weather forecast for the next upcoming days. First of all, let's talk with the situation. By the way, the noise that you have right there behind us, this is a very important fair. We are in Elda today, and there's an important fair. There's a lot of different events going on right behind our backs on the square. So this is actually what you can hear through the microphone. And there's a lot of movement around, so that's also fun. While I'm talking, you can watch around different people and different curiosities here in the area. So Benidorm, not surprisingly, already we're not surprised at all, will be full on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. For Christmas, we had around 80% of occupancy, but for the New Year, it's going to be 90.2 and sometimes even more. Some people did mention, mostly Spanish, did mention that it's not possible that it would be 90% of occupancy. It actually is, because we've seen different hotels that we have in Benidorm. We've seen actually how many people they have inside, and it's hundreds and hundreds of guests. So it's actually really, really full. And some of them, especially from Servi Group, they do have fully booked at a lot of the places. They have just a couple of days every now and then, some like specific dates, and that's basically it, and only one maybe of accommodation types, and there's nothing where to choose from. So you need to book a lot in advance if you want to stay here for Christmas and New Year. And a lot of people right now are still booking apartments because that's the only option left in a lot of cases to spend the holidays and spend the last days of December and beginning of January here in Benidorm town. A lot of people are staying also in the campsites. This is something very, very typical. There's a lot of people in campsites, British, international tourists, from Holland, from Netherlands, from a lot of other different countries. I hope they don't mind. Maybe they didn't see that I'm filming, but I guess that's all right. Let's continue, shall we? So this is something that in the campsites we also see a lot. The prices for return flights were quite high, so people decided to stay at the campsite, celebrate the Christmas and New Year with their typical favorite foods from their homeland, and some of them even received guests from their home countries here in the sunny Spain. Mostly it's due to two reasons why people are staying in the campsites. First of them is being the gorgeous weather that we have. It's around 17, 18 degrees. It's really sunny. It's really nice and warm. And then the second of the main reasons is the prices for return flights, which are really expensive. So it just doesn't make any sense to come back, because here it's not too bad either. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about Benidorm trying to recollect as a puzzle every single moment from the history. What they are doing mostly from the Benidorm's town hall, from the city hall, they are trying their best to contact with people. They're putting advertisements to gather up as much of pictures, videos, anything visual that people have from their holidays since 1920s. Is difficult, obviously 30s, 40s, but starting from 1950s, this is something that people are trying their best to obtain once again, because that's the exact moment when Benidorm was completely different from what it is right now. And it's when the tourism still did not kick in. It's when it wasn't busy. It's when there were no such a big amount of bars, restaurants, cafeterias, hotels either. If by any chance you happen to know someone that has old pictures from Benidorm or surrounding area, mostly Benidorm town, Levante Beach, Poniente, any side of it doesn't really matter at all, or you by yourself have these type of pictures in a good state, share it with Benidorm's town hall. You can send them an email, you can send them messages, you can contact them just to let them know if they would be interested in these types of pictures. And if it is the case, you can just send it to them, because all these pictures are being gathered into the specific archives, they're called, which is where they put them by year, by different specific celebrations that have happened here by the areas. And at the end, they release calendars, they put them into museums, they publish it and print it on different walls on the open air museums that we have here in Benidorm. And it's a great part of history. I have a couple of these pictures right here on the screen for you. There's some loveliest beach. There's the Dove Park. There's people taking pictures, and this was an authentic Benidorm. It was really, really different from what it is today. It was not really well known back then for a lot of people worldwide. It's not how it is right now. No one knew what is the New York of the Mediterranean Sea. No one knew what Benidorm has to offer. This was the very, very beginning of it all, and it has massively changed since then. So it's great to be able to see these different pictures and see how Benidorm evolved since the tourism erupted into its life. This gives us a vision of something that we've heard, that we've read in the books, in the newspapers, that the information that they have in the town hall that they were giving us, but we were not able to see it actually with our own eyes. And why it's important that tourists would share these pictures? It's due to one single reason. Those who live here, those who have been here for a long time, we do not see Benidorm with the same eyes as other people might that are coming from the outside. Those who are tourists, those who did not see it or are seeing it for the first time, have not been here for long, they see different things that we kind of just let pass by. We do not show it to anyone. We don't take pictures of it. For us, it's an everyday life. It's not something special any longer, sadly. A lot of the times, the beauty of the city, we simply do not look at it any longer. And tourists do capture specific moments that for them it's something unusual. Maybe some restaurant chef preparing a paella, some terrace of the bar right by the beach, people passing by the promenade, gorgeous views from different points of the city, people smiling at the beach or swimming. This is something very, very special. And with thanks to all these images that a lot of you I know have, actually, we are able to see how Benidorm was back then. And it's a great piece of our history. And it's greatly appreciated if you can actually share all these images with Benidorm's town hall, because it might be more useful than you actually think it will be. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is about the macro celebration. It's the biggest celebration of the year, except for the fancy dress party, because that's something that had several dozens of thousands of people. This was epic. This one is not as big, but still it's one of the most important celebrations of the year. We're talking about the New Year's Eve celebration in Benidorm. That will be held right here on the map. You can see the exact location. It's going to be right by the Penelope Club and the KM Beach Club, right by the Levante Beach. That's where this scene will be put in place. And all the area around it is going to be cut for traffic, so there's no cars out there. And we thought it's going to be starting from 11 in the evening, but actually it's not the case. It's going to be already shocking, starting from 7 p.m. 7 p.m. is when people will start coming to the Levante Beach to celebrate the new year, which is actually insane. Let us know if you would come that early or if you would wait up until slightly further time. We will be there filming as well for you guys, so maybe we'll see each other there. Don't miss it if you're here in Benidorm, because there's going to be live performance, there's going to be DJ, there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be a lot of different accessories that they will be giving, like hats to celebrate the new year, maybe glasses, I don't know, something typical like to celebrate the new year 2024. And the other thing, they will be giving us the famous grapes, the lucky grapes as they call them, which are 12. And once the new year hits, the 12 o'clock on midnight, each time when you hear a dong, you need to eat one grape, and there's going to be 12 of them. So this is supposed to bring you a lot of good luck for New Year 2024. It's slightly dangerous because there's a danger of actually having them here on the throat without being able to swallow, because it's like a big bowl of grapes. So be careful with that. A lot of people eat like gummy grapes as an alternative if they don't like the usual ones, but this is an authentic Spanish tradition. So if you want to take part of that, don't miss it on the Levante beach. Apart from that, by the way, it's going to be starting from 7 p.m. up until 1:30 at night. So it's going to be a long, long night of celebrations. At 12 on midnight, there's going to be a firework display once again, so that people wouldn't say that we do not let you know all the things happening. It's around fifth time we're letting you know, so make sure you will be there. Make sure to write it down if you are interested in it. And if you'll be here on New Year, that's the best plan you could potentially have for your holidays. Be around more than 10,000 people on the Levante beach watching the gorgeous firework display with some music, dancing, drinks, and fun. What can be better than that? I suppose not many things at all. And the second biggest celebration will be already in January, 5 days after the New Year hits us. On the 5th of January, as usual, we will celebrate the Three Kings Parade. The Three Kings Parade is another celebration here. It's typical Spanish. Children receive some more gifts on that day. And in the evening at 6 p.m., we will have the Three Kings Parade. It's going to be passing as usual at the same streets that happen every single year at the Avenue of Ruzafa, right by the Alejop in the traditional city center. So starting from there, the parade will be going through some main streets of Benidorm. It's free of charge, obviously, but you do have some chairs that are rented. You pay around 5, 10, or 15 euros, depends on the price, depends on the location. And you can sit down and comfortably watch it. But a lot of people just are standing and watching it, which is absolutely fine as well. There's confettis and there's sweets being thrown at you. So be careful, wear a hat, protect your phone, your cameras, your eyes, and your head from the candies, because sometimes they hit quite hard. And if it's like big chunky candies, then it's not very pleasant at all. But the parade itself should be very, very nice. Last year we made an error and we waited at the end of the parade. This year we're going to be going to the very beginning to get the most of it, the most energy for the dancers, for the performance, and the biggest amount of confetti and candies thrown at us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And starting from then, there's going to be a couple of months of quietness, in a sense that there's not going to be any major events in Benidorm. There will be a cyclocross in January too, but it's another story. You know about it already. Big parades, big celebrations. No, it's going to be calm and quiet. People will be coming here to enjoy quiet days, some rest on the sunshine, explore the area, and that's basically it. And then we'll start to prepare for a new season 2024. Tourism season 2024, which is where there's going to be Easter, and off we go once again from zero. All the hotels will be opening up and it's going to be busy back again. Although, to be honest with you, Benidorm did not even stop. We're always busy, even now when a few days up until New Year are left. We are full in a lot of the hotels. So we didn't get even a single day of rest, which is great for a lot of businesses. And for all those of you who are coming right here, you're able to enjoy sunshine and gorgeous weather. So it's a win-win. And what about the weather? What's the weather going to be like in the next week? Let's have a short walk and we'll let you know what is waiting for you if you're coming here to Spain, Costa Blanca, and Benidorm town. It will be sunny in the whole entire Spain area, and the clouds will be non-existent, at least for a couple of days. This is the sky that we will have everywhere almost here in Costa Blanca. Apart from that, the next couple of days, after these couple of days, around Thursday and Friday of this week, what we'll have is really, really cloudy days. It will be raining at some points of Spain, but not here. Sadly or luckily, depends how you look at it, it's not going to be raining here in the area, so only sunshine and a couple of clouds. Some days of the week are waiting for us. The rest of the week is really, really nice, cozy, and warm weather. As for the temperatures, it's slightly cooler than it used to be before, and it's around 16 degrees right now in the sunshine, maybe 17 or 18 peak points of the day, but overall 16 is the usual temperatures. However, this is not all bad. For New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, we are expecting plus 20 degrees back again. How insane is actually that? Plus 20 degrees here in the area, 1st of January or 31st of December. This is the best weather we could ever expect for the New Year and the celebration days. Thank you for accompanying us on today's short news update from Benidorm town, Costa Blanca in Spain. We hope you enjoyed watching it. We wish you great, amazing holidays, positive holidays. Enjoy them. If you are here in Spain or anywhere else in the world, have fun, and we'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video here on the channel. IDs.